everybody, my name is Squirrelbites, and today we're going to be redrawing an extremely old Warrior Cats piece that I made way back in 6th grade. For a little bit of context, here is the old art right up here. This art is of Greystripe and Silverstream, except the designs are horrible, and my anatomy was terrible, and you can barely even tell what's going on in this piece. I'll be doing a comparison at the end. I normally don't show my entire process in speed paints. I either have the sketch completely done and I start recording at the line art, or I have the guidelines done and I start recording at the sketch. This is because I sometimes change my sketches like a bajillion, quadrillion times, and I don't want to record all of that because that takes up space. But this time I recorded the whole process because I felt like it would just, make sense. It's a redraw. I feel like redraws should have the entire process. Now, funny thing is, with my old art, I remember being so proud of it. Even though it was terrible, I was so proud. I thought it was the best art that I had ever made. And I didn't typically draw fan art at the time, which, nowadays I draw my fair share of fan art. But I thought that, for my fan art piece, a piece that I don't typically make that often, I thought it was pretty good. It's awful. Essentially what's going on in the piece is Greystripe is dreaming, and Silverstream has come to visit him. Though in the old art, Silverstream is smiling, and Greystripe has his eyes closed like he's still asleep, which I understand what I was trying to go for. He was in the process of waking up in the dream and he hadn't woken up yet, and she was happy to see him again. I don't really like it that much, to be honest. I don't like it that much. So instead, in this one, I decided to make her sad. She's so sad that her death has hurt him and that she can't be with him anymore because she's super dead. And he's distressed because he's seeing his dead wife and he wants her back. In the old art, they're kind of just in this black abyss with some really weird lighting. You can't really see Silverstream that well, and she kind of has just the nastiest design ever. And Greystripe looks extremely basic in that design, which Greystripe's design doesn't have a lot going for him. He's just a big fluffy cat with a gray stripe. But I added some stuff to him. I made him a lot fluffier than in that art, and I added hair, a bunch of hair at the back of his arms and his legs. Hopefully that makes sense. And I also did some design choices with his coloring, which we'll see later. With Silverstream, I'm pretty proud of the design I gave her. You'll see that in a bit. There's nothing to really discuss art-wise right now. So, in the meantime, you guys really like my Warriors content, huh? As of recording this, I ran a poll on my community tab, which check pretty often if you want updates and stuff, because I post that kind of stuff on my community tab. I ran a poll on my community tab asking what video you guys would like to see after the redraw, and OC Discussion Ashpaw won by a landslide. It beats me as to why you guys like my Warriors OC so much, but I appreciate that you do, because I love, talking about them and making videos on them. I'm happy that you guys enjoy them as well. Now I'm coloring Silverstream. I just did that whole thing where I give really bright color and color in the little spaces that I see, and then actually start her actual colors. It took me a while to decide how I wanted to design Silverstream. It took me a minute. You're gonna see me struggling for a long time, because I wanted her to be pretty, and I of course I wanted the silver in there, but I wanted her markings to really symbolize the stream part of her design, and it took forever to come up with something that I enjoyed. Totally worth it though, because I think she turned out really pretty. just realized that I should probably, like, explain Silverstripe? What? Silverstream and Greystripe. Because some people who watch my videos aren't into the fandoms that I draw. They just like my videos, which I appreciate you guys. So if you're not in the Warriors fandom, here's what's going on. They had like a whole forbidden love thing, and Greystripe kind of like got really annoying in the books about it. But they had like a forbidden love. They were in separate clans, which yes, these cats are in like these little cults. But yeah, they were in 2 different clans. That's forbidden. Whoa. And then she was pregnant by Greystripe, and they were like, wow, we kittens, wow, kittens, wow. And then she gave birth to them, and then she died. And then Greystripe was very sad. And that's pretty much all you really need to know. Though I kind of have some unpopular opinions about Silverstream and Greystripe, to be honest. I don't ship them that much. You know, I remember telling my friends this when, you know, we were all into Warrior Cats, and they would be like, why don't you like her? You know, I cried when she died. She was so good. They were in love. They loved each other. I understand that they love each other, but also understand that the story is told through Fireheart's perspective, not Greystripe and Silverstream. So what I did see was very limited, I'll be honest. Although, even so, it kind of felt like they had nothing. I wish we could have seen something, because essentially, you know, as I reread it, I kept the same rhetoric too. Okay, so she saved him from drowning, and then he was like, a sup shoddy, and then she became pregnant and died. That's essentially how I feel like it went down. I wish I could have seen more chemistry between them, and I do ship them as like a canon couple, but they just don't have a lot of chemistry. They seem very sudden, and I don't really like it. Personally, I kind of think that Millie and Greystripe have a lot more chemistry than Silverstream and Greystripe do. And I'll say that. Don't get my words twisted though, I don't like Millie that much. Here you're gonna see me coloring the line art. This was a mistake, because at the end I made all the line art white anyway. But I didn't think I was gonna do that when I colored all the line art. So I put so much effort in coloring the line art and changing the color where the marking changes and all that. So at least appreciate how pretty she looks with that type of colored line art before I had to ruin it and give her white line art. Rest in peace, colored line art Silverstream. Well, rest in peace, Silverstream in general. I spent so long on this, by the way. Like, I spent days on this art. It took forever, so hopefully you guys like it. It took forever. As of recording this right now, I just got back from hanging out with my friends, so that's pretty cool. Like, a good hunk of this video was, you know, while I was at the beach, because I went to the beach and that was really fun. But right now, just got done hanging out with friends, and that was pretty cool. We played with water guns in a park, because it's never too late to play with your pals. That's my life lesson of the day. So we've begun on Greystripe. I'm doing the same thing that I always do. Solid, bright color in all the spaces. You know the drill. And I decided to take a lot of liberty with his design. Now, his design in Canon Warriors isn't anything crazy. It's just a gray cat with a gray stripe running down his back. That's literally it. And that's pretty much all he was in my old design of him, but for this one I thought, I feel like I could take that gray cat with a gray stripe and do a little bit more with it. So I did. I gave him some lighter gray, and I gave him some markings as well. Nothing crazy, because I did still want to keep the simplicity of gray cat with gray stripe. But I thought that, you know, another thing that would also add to his character would be fluffiness, which I always pictured him as a fluffy cat, but I gave him a lot more gray fluff on his, like, little, what are they called, forearms, hind legs, so on and so forth. So on and so forth. There we go. I also thought that giving him smaller ears would add to it. I don't know exactly what it does to his character design. I don't know what it is, but I know that every single Greystripe design that I see that gives him small ears looks amazing, and I love it. Don't ask me to explain, I refuse. But here, yeah, the little stripes on his back, I gave him more than just one solid gray stripe. Yeah, Greystripe, my boy. I've begun to color his eyes a bit. I didn't do anything crazy since the iris is pretty small to make him look distressed. But, you know, simple amber eyes, which I love his design, by the way, how it's all cool colors and then a warm color in the eyes to drag your eyes to the face. Beautiful, amazing, I love it. I am an absolute sucker for that design tactic. I have begun doing the shading, which, if you have watched my videos, you might have noticed. I don't blame you if you haven't. I used a different brush for the shading. Now, it didn't turn out that different, but like, this brush is a lot softer, and I think it did pretty good for what I was going for. Which, you know, trust the process. I swear it looks a lot better than this. Please believe me. It ends up looking pretty good. At least I like to think so. And I honestly pretty proud of the shading that I did in this art. And hopefully by the end of it, you'll agree too. What I did here was that I just copy and pasted the shading and then erased a little bit so that the shading looks layered. I hope that makes literally like an ounce of sense. Hopefully you know what I mean. I completely forgot to mention that my good old buddy old pal Max said that he was going to watch this video. And I don't allow my friends to watch my videos. I don't let my friends or my family watch my videos, and if they do, then I hate them. And I told him specifically, don't watch the video. And he said that he was going to. So Max, if you're watching this video, even after I told you not to, you're smelly. So, of course, here, doing some lighting. I really like how the lighting turned out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty proud of this art. I'm not sure if you noticed. So, next up was supposed to be shading Greystripe, but it turned out that I completely forgot to color his line art. So, this whole part right here is me coloring his line art because I have to do that before shading, and I didn't do that before because I'm stupid and I'm dumb and I'm dumb and I'm stupid. See, I'm so dumb that I could barely even pronounce dumb. Anyways, yeah, as I've said in the past, I highly recommend coloring line art. Nothing bad with black line art. We all love it every now and then. But colored line art makes your characters look lively. Heck yeah. And hopefully soon we'll start shading, because I am running out of things to say. Doing voiceovers is hard, man. I'm not an interesting person. I don't know why I decided to make a voiceover channel, because I never have anything to talk about. Actually, I've just come to realize that earlier when I was talking about how I don't particularly enjoy Greystripe and Silverstream that much, I didn't even ask for you guys' opinion. Let me know what you think of them. I really like how the tiers turned out here. I typically just draw tiers, like the outline of them in white, and that's about it. I don't do anything crazy. But the people who do crazy stuff, I mean, it looks really good. I just don't know how to do that. And now we're shading. Doing the same thing I did with Silverstream. His fluff was a little bit difficult for me to get right, though. But that's okay, because everything turned out alright in the end. Woo! Shading's fun. If you don't shade, you should totally get into shading. It's super fun. Once you've got the hang of it. When you start, it's really frustrating, but once you've got the hang of it, it's like super fun. Let me just say that this video has taken me forever to make for some weird reason. I have been spending days doing this audio, which is really weird because I normally just do it the first take and then I'm done unless the audio glitches. So I don't know why it's taken me so long. Well, I do know, because I went to the beach and I've been hanging out with my pals. School is almost back and I am scared. I'm gonna be a senior in high school and I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Hopefully school treats you guys pretty well. I have been doing pretty good in high school recently. My only real bully was my chemistry teacher, and I don't have to deal with him anymore, so that's cool. So hopefully nobody bullies me. I've been bullied a lot in school, but not in high school. So that's good, that's good. It was mostly in middle school. And being a high school senior is kind of scary. I'm almost an adult. School is nearly over for me. And while yeah, I plan to go to college, it's just a little freaky, you know? You spend your whole life as a kid, and now you're grown, and you're like, ah, what now? Ah! But I'm sure that everything will be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. I'm sure of it. I have YouTube, and if YouTube doesn't work out as a primary source of money, then I plan to become a pet groomer. So I'm sure everything will be fine. So here I'm struggling a good bit with the lighting on his fluffiness. Don't exactly remember why. But like I remember struggling a lot. I was like, ah, God, how do I do this? But yeah, after that I paused the video and then continued the lighting, and I forgot to record the process of the lighting, so now we're doing the background. In the original, it's really unclear what's meant to be going on in the background. And to be honest, I don't even remember. I can't remember if they're like in a cave or something. Of course I know he's dreaming, but can't remember for the life of me. So I decided to make this one a bit more clear. They are in the sky. They're in the night sky. And they are super high up. You can see the stars, and I hope it's a lot clearer what the heck is going on in the background. I also added some clouds underneath them to give the impression that they are like super high up. So that's why that like gray stuff is at the bottom. Those are clouds. Those are clouds. Please believe me, they are clouds. I did my best. I'm not good at drawing clouds. And that's the end of the speed paint. Woo! So now I'll be showing the original art compared to the new one. Whoa. So here's the original. Very icky, very nasty, very stinky. You can't really tell that much of what's meant to be... Oh my goodness. You can't really tell that much of what is meant to be going on. Why is he still asleep if he's dreaming? That's weird. Why is she smiling? Where are they? Who knows? And also, the designs are kind of awful. Silverstream's design, it's god-awful. And here's a new one. It's so cool. Wow, look at it. Wow, 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 wow. I really like how it turned out. It's a lot better from the old one. I feel like I improved a lot in facial expressions and lighting and shading and backgrounds and anatomy and pretty much everything. I love Silverstream's new design, there we go, and Greystripe's new design as well. I feel like I did a pretty good job on this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, as that helps loads. Goodbye. Stay safe. Mwah.